Have you ever processed an image and thought, what is this? Small, tiny, fuzzy spots in your image. And you want to know, what is it? I bet everybody has. Or have you ever shot images of the moon and thought, how big is that crater? Or what is that already sunlit patch of moon doing in the still drenched in the black of night surrounding terrain? In this video I want to show some tools that can be used to answer those questions. I hope that with this video I instill a new curiosity in you, which will lead you to question the things that are visible in your images. Sometimes the biggest satisfaction doesn't come from the main image that you shot, but from that accidental speck of galaxy that you found in the background. So, welcome on my channel. I am Martin, and let's dive in. So one of the ways to have your astrophotography annotated is by uploading it to astrometry.net. When you go to nova.astrometry.net, I will show it to you. Then you can click the upload button, choose your file and upload it. I just did that and this is the result. So it had a success, it reported, and I can go to the results page. And in it I will see that my image has been Platesolved, annotated, and there are some objects that now have a name. I can go into the full size. At least I find this view nicer to see. So 3 objects have been recognized. 3 galaxies, and there's a star somewhere up here. I saw HD 121843. Lovely name. So this is 3 objects. This is, by the way, the Heron Galaxy, and 3 objects have been annotated, but there are many more to be seen in this image. I see fuzzy patches over here and over here and over here. There's here a nice little galaxy. I think this is a galaxy as well by the looks of it. And below here I saw 2 more probably interacting galaxies. Let's see if we can name more than nova.astrometry showed. One of the other ways to do plate solving is by using a piece of software called LROC Platesolving. You can download it from this website. I've got the JPEG here. I have set my plate solver settings to the correct settings. So 1280, apparently 1319 is what it is actually. I can click the plate solving button and it will do its thing. Then I can browse the solved image. And now I can see the image with the objects that are annotated. I can even click the ellipses and have boxes with object information shown. So a nice piece of software, but it is only showing these 3 objects again. So how do we get more information? We can open up Siril, and with it we can load the image, and we need to have it plate solved. So we can go into this menu, image information, and we can click the image plate solver. We then need to give a name for this object, because this is not blind plate solving. We need to give some information about the area in the sky that it is. So ARP84 is the official name for this object. I can click the result. It will then show the coordinates. I will have to give the information for the camera and focal length again. I can click OK. It's already done. And this is indicated by this button that has been highlighted now. If I click it, it will show me the result. Again, those 3 objects. But how do we get more information? One thing we can do is click on the color green, which is in most cases the best channel to do this, and we can then zoom in on an object that we suspect is a galaxy. So for instance this here, let's drag a box around it, right click the box, click on PSF, and then there is this more details link here. It will go to the website of SIMBAD, a project by the University of Strasbourg, and it will allow us to directly go to the information on the coordinate of this box that we have drawn. So if I click more details, I will end up on a website that looks like this, and we see that this is indeed a galaxy. It has a very interesting name which I will not attempt to pronounce, and this is something that we can bring back to Siril. We can copy the name, and in Siril we can do a search for the object, paste the name, press enter, and Siril will know that this object belongs to this coordinate. And so we can do this for many more objects. Some objects, however, are a bit hard to detect using this technique. So for instance, this galaxy or fuzzy patch, if we do a PSF in here, I see that there is no astronomical object found. Sometimes it's a bit finicky. If it is not succeeding, then there's a different technique that we can use. So for instance, let me see, here we had this first successful detection. In this view we also have a link called Aladin Lite, and if we click this and zoom out a bit, then we see the image area that we have shot, and we can also see this patch of nebulosity here. If we click the SIMBAD link, it will say that there is actually a name known for this. I can click it and it will say it is TT 2008-207. So I can copy paste this again, go to Siril, do the search object trick, and it has been marked. And we can do this for every object. We can also, by the way, in Aladin Lite go into this target reticule mode, and the mouse cursor has been changed. I can also click the object and it will give me the name again. It's the same as here, but now I can click the link and end up on the search result, which shows me all kinds of information again. So this is a galaxy in a group of galaxies, and Aladin Lite also has a bigger brother, and it is called Aladin Desktop. And Aladin Desktop can be downloaded for many kinds of operating systems, and let's see how that looks, because it will give a different view on things, and in my opinion it is the most complete view. There we have it. And Aladin can use a local file. I can have it loaded in Aladin, and I will need to make Aladin know the coordinates that go along with this image. It has not been plate solved. To do this, we can use the same image, but then the fit file that we have stored from Siril. So if I go to load local file, this one, it's the same crop, but this image has the world coordinate system attached to it, because it has been plate solved in Siril. So you can over here see, when I move the mouse cursor, that there are coordinates moving around. This information can be extracted by just selecting all in the by WCS header tab in the astrometrical calibration, which can be found in the image menu. So if I copy this and I can close this file again, I'm back at the not yet plate solved JPEG. I can then again go to image astrometrical calibration and paste the information of that other image in here. I can click create, and now suddenly it knows the coordinate system of this image. This now allows me to immediately see all the objects in this image. If I go to database here, I can load up the Simbad astronomical database and I can load every object in that database which is in view of this image. I can click load and now we can see every object in here. So I can look around. I can see that this, for instance, is a quasar. If I use the select tool, I can see it's a quasar with this interesting name, and there's all kinds of information available on this quasar. I can also click the name here and then it will end me up on this Simbad website again, where I can see even more information. I can drill down to different information sets, all kinds of super interesting things which I don't know what it means yet. But you will agree with me, I guess, that this is a very quick and easy way to find information. So here we have that galaxy again. If I look here, then we see TT 2008-207 again, but there are more objects. So this is also a 2 mass X galaxy. Here we have another of those TT 2008 galaxy group, and this allows you to dive in even more on your object. Unfortunately, not everything has been detected, so here we have 2 galaxies that are seemingly also interacting with each other, but I don't know the name of it. I can, by the way, load an image from another observatory. So indeed, it seems to be interacting galaxies, but there's no name attached to it. So if one of you knows how to name these by one of these tools, or perhaps even another tool, please let me know in the comments below. So this is plate solving of deep sky objects. But how do we go about detecting stuff on the moon? So this is an image of the moon that I've shot, and yeah, there are many interesting features already to be seen, but there is not a tool online as far as I know. So again, if you know, please leave a comment in the comment section. There's no tool as far as I know that names all these features on the moon automatically. There is, however, one tool that I found that in some sense automatically names the features that are visible in your image, or in fact not in your image, but you can generate an image that is basically the same as yours. This is a project by the NASA Scientific Visualization Studio. They call it Dial a Moon, so if you Google Dial a Moon you will find this website, and you can find the exact same image by filling in the month, day and the hour that you were imaging. And it allows me to download an image. So if I click this image, I can download it. I go to the 100% view. I can see that many of the objects are now named. So here we have that crater with the 2 craters inside of it. It seems to be called Clavius. And yeah, it's about the same in my image. I can also see that, for instance, over here we have a ledge. This ledge I know is called Rupes Recta, the straight wall. It is not named in this annotated view, but yeah, that is one of those examples of objects that are not named by using this method, but there are names attached to it. Is it also visible in my image? Let's scroll a bit up. Yep, there it is. What if we want to know the size of craters? So for instance, this crater here. What I then usually now do is I see this name, Eratosthenes, difficult name, but I believe this is the guy that proved that the Earth is in fact a globe. So I just then go to Wikipedia as something, and then I can find that this crater has a diameter of 59 kilometers, a depth of 3.6 kilometers. You can even sometimes see some nice pictures of view from one of the Apollo missions. We can also use a tool called the LROC Quickmap, and we can load all kinds of information in here. We can even go into a globe view. So now I can see the entire moon by rotating it. I can zoom in on this crater. So this crater here, I can put some information in the view. So I can go into overlays. I can click the nomenclature thing, and then I see the name of the crater in here. Now for instance, interesting. I can also go into the view here, and now I see indeed that this ridge that we saw earlier is called Rupes Erecta. So one of the things that I found interesting is that here on the south pole of the moon there's a mountain or something, and it is sunlit while the rest of the surrounding terrain is still dark because it is night over there. But how do we name this mountain? How do we find the information? This proved to be really difficult. If I want to find out the name of that mountain, then I might want to load a different kind of view. So the near side big shadows one seems promising because it will show me the craters in a similar look as in my image. There's heavy shadowing here because, yeah, the Terminator is over here. And I'm not talking about that robot. So this crater over here, it is called Mauritius. And I can see it over here, Mauritius. It has a diameter of 114 kilometers. And very interesting, but we want to move down a bit. Then we have a crater named Short. So this is Short. And then this black spot over here, it is called Newton. So that is this black spot here, Newton. Then we have a bright spot over here. This is probably the edge of a crater. So we had Newton, and we have this edge here. So is that then Newton A? I have no idea. So it is a bit hard to find the information here. Perhaps it's better if we go into even a different look, like we go to the South Pole. So here we have Mauritius again, and Short and Newton, and here we have that ridge that we see in my image. So that is this ridge here, I believe, and just to the left of that is this mountain. So we have this this ridge, Newton A, and yeah, somewhere here needs to be those mountains, but there's nothing here named like a mountain. But there is this guy in the 50s that made this map, and his name is Whittaker, and he has drawn maps that are more informative. So let's go to Twitter, where I had these conversations with people, Will Gator and Rob Tilsey. So Rob made this map here. If I put my image next to it, let's rotate it in a similar way as Rob's. Then we have Mauritius, we have Short, we have Newton, that's this black spot over here. Then we have this ridge here, and in Rob's image it has been named M1. Then this mountain that we saw here must be, as Rob also indicated, mountain M3. What a nice name. And this is all based upon the work of somebody called Ewan Whittaker. So Ewan Whittaker created this map, And here we see short, we see Newton, and we see all kinds of mountains. We have M1, M2 and M3. So I hope that you found this video informative, and if you have any tips to the questions that I asked, finding information about the galaxies that are still not yet named, or perhaps you have some insightful tips about naming things on the moon, then please leave some comments below, and the links that I used, the tools that I found, I will leave in the description below. So, once again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye bye.